What's going on, everyone? It's Justin here, and today we're unboxing the newest iPhone, the 16e. It is Apple's budget phone that comes in at a price point of $599 starting in the US, and I have it right here in the white color. It's available in black and in white, and it essentially has all of the main essential features of what Apple believes you need in 2025 if you're someone who just kind of needs like the basics, as well as software related features such as Apple AI, but doesn't necessarily need a multi-camera setup, the top-end specs. And one interesting thing about this phone is that it is actually the first device to use Apple's own in-house Apple C1 modem. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about that later. But we actually haven't seen a new budget iPhone for quite a few years, dating all the way back to when the iPhone SE actually had a home button. And so this is essentially a new Apple device, a new design, a new piece of hardware. So taking a look at the box here, let's just go ahead and peel off the back. There you have it. And it has like a nice frosted back to it, the singular camera element right here. And inside, you also get a USB Type-C cable that is braided in the white color. When we take a look at the front of the phone, peeling this off here, you have a 6.1-inch display. It is an OLED display that is 60 Hz. You don't have the dynamic island, but instead the notch from the previous generations. And when you take a look at the back of the device, you have a 48 megapixel fusion camera. So a singular camera that you can take photos at that maximum resolution. And the fusion camera element means that you can like crop into the sensor and essentially have two cameras in one. But I think for a lot of people, you don't necessarily find yourself using, say, the 0.5 camera or needing a telephoto camera and just want one solid camera. And that is kind of what the budget or entry-level phones are for from each brand, that focus on what the brand believes is like an essential feature. On the processor side of things, it has the A18 chip as well as Apple AI. And taking a look, it also has action button on the side here from a hardware standpoint. So if that's something that you like, it is included. It also has Apple's new C1 modem. It's something that they developed on their own. And from a performance standpoint, from seeing some of the early tests, it is kind of exactly what you would get on Apple's flagship devices that use a third-party modem essentially. And the biggest advantage I would say to Apple creating their own modem comes down to efficiency. Whenever Apple works on their own silicon, as we saw with the MacBooks, as well as, in this case, their own modem, efficiency seems to be at the center of it all, because from a performance standpoint, it's going to be up to par to what the standard is at the moment. And so the battery life that you can expect from the iPhone 16e is incredible. So one of the first things that you should pick up for your brand new iPhone 16e is a solid case. And there's more reasons than one in this situation in particular, and I'm going to mention that in a little bit. But this right here is the Torres O-Stand fitness case for the iPhone 16 lineup. Whether you have a 16, 16 Pro, or the brand new shiny 16e, this is an excellent case for you, and I want to give a huge thanks to Torres for sponsoring this video. So for starters, when you take a look at the case itself, it is able to protect your device very nicely. Everything is well covered where it needs to be. It also has a really good level of grip as well, with the little perforations that go around the edge. And the biggest feature is the O-Stand. This right here is a stand that is able to be used in many different ways. The initial ones are just as a vertical stand. Say you're scrolling through TikTok while you're eating, or you want to lay it on the table while you're doing a conference call and want your hands free, or say you're watching a video or a movie and you want to be able to position your phone in a few different ways. I find this very handy on planes, for example. But perhaps the most important reason as to why you should pick up this case for your 16e is because it actually adds additional functionality that the phone is missing. One of the biggest complaints that I've seen out there is the fact that the iPhone 16e does not have MagSafe. So you can't use your favorite accessories for stands, for charging, and stuff like that. But if you want to be able to take advantage of MagSafe accessories, this case actually has MagSafe built in, so you can still use those accessories to wireless charge and to mount, so you're essentially adding additional functionality to your iPhone 16e. The O-Stand Fitness in particular is available in black or white, and it has like a smoked look to it, so you can still appreciate the natural surface and logo of your device to match your iPhone 16e in black or white. So if you guys want to go ahead and check it out for yourself, I'm going to drop a link in the description section below. In addition to that, what's missing? You don't have MagSafe. That's something that is an accessory that Apple has kind of pushed a lot with their devices, and so to not have MagSafe, but to have to purchase like a case or an accessory that has support for it is a little bit odd. And the display is 60 Hertz and you don't have the dynamic island. So out of the box, you have support from the Apple AI, which recently just launched on all the other devices. That is something that Apple really anchored as like a feature that this device has, support for Apple AI. But honestly, after having it for a few months, aside from using it for like summaries and writing tools that I would typically do on ChatGPT that is now integrated natively, I haven't really used the full suite of it just in my everyday life. So in some ways, it is a phone that has some of the 2024 carried features from the flagship phones, but in just as many ways, it still has things that are kind of stuck in the past. And I do feel like at the price point at $599, you can get a solid smartphone that has flagship specs, multiple cameras, and on paper, just a more powerful device that is feature packed for the same price. Generally speaking, it is a well-rounded phone for people who are looking for an upgrade. For example, if you're coming from like the iPhone 11 or iPhone 12, the A18 is significantly more powerful. I believe it's about 80% more powerful than the A11. Battery life is excellent. If you don't use all the other cameras, then the camera is going to be an update as well with the main 48 megapixel sensor. And on top of that, I think the design is minimal, it's beautiful, and if you're getting a phone for your kids and want something that can last quite a few years, but you don't want to spend the money of like a flagship device, then I feel like the iPhone 16e is an excellent option. If you're deciding between buying a brand new iPhone 16e or potentially a last generation iPhone, are you getting a better phone for a little bit less money? And I think it comes down to the features that you need. If you think Apple Intelligence is an important feature, then it would make sense to go with a latest generation device. But if you care more about the camera, for example, or the refresh rate, you can go and purchase an iPhone 13 or 14 Pro from a few years ago. And I think for a lot of people, that's going to make a lot more sense. But otherwise, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you have any comments down in the comment section below, and I'll see you all in the next one.